Are you struggling to achieve your goals? There's a practice for that.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Andrew. Today's practice comes from motivational expert Antonio Neves.
Antonio and I are in a men's group together, and he's always the guy who reminds me to look at what's working rather than getting stuck in what's not.
I really love this practice. It's given me so much momentum to achieve more of my goals because I'm actually able to see some of the small wins during the day rather than me focusing on an end goal, which is sort of harder to achieve.
One of the best ways to stop procrastinating and focus on the big stuff is the daily wins practice. At the end of the day, you document 3 wins from the day. This practice takes less than a minute. Here's how you do the wins practice. It's simple. You get a pen, you get a paper, you hit pause for a second and you ask yourself this question: what were some wins that I experienced today? Big or small, personally or professionally. And then write those things down and get really curious, because you may say, oh, this was a crappy day, my tire went flat on the road, all these different things, but something did go good. Did you wake up? Did you eat a meal? Did you talk to somebody you cared about? Like, already you got some wins right there, right? You're not in the hospital.
Or if you're in the hospital, you're still alive, right? Like somebody got you to the hospital. When things are the shittiest, that's when we actually need the wins the most.
Absolutely.
And they're hardest to see.
Yeah, and you can have a crappy day, but you can also say, man, I still worked out today. Today wasn't the best, but I didn't eat sugar. Today wasn't the best, but I got some one-on-one time with my wife that didn't include Netflix. Those things are huge wins, and you write those things down with pen and paper, and it just does something for you.
When do you recommend doing this practice?
I do it before dinner, like before my family and I sit down to have dinner together, because that's when I'm winding down. By the time dinner time comes, I can identify what those things are that have happened for me. Now, for someone else who may, after dinner, go do a little bit more work or something like that, you can do it before you go to bed as well. But I like to do it typically at the end of my work day.
So sometimes I will be with my wife, we'll sit in bed and we'll talk about our wins. And so I actually have some of my wins here. My wife is pregnant, so one of my big wins was I read a bedtime story to the baby in her belly. Oh, wow. I love that one. I have a man morning here, which meant that I got out and got to see you and the other guys.
I want you to think about those for a quick second and juxtapose that, because while you and your wife are talking about these wins from the day in bed, there's another couple in another universe, or maybe next door, where they're complaining about what didn't go good in their day. What a shift in mindset. At the end of the day, this approach does not allow you to complain. Even if the day was tough, you're identifying the wins. So the fact that you're ending your day with wins, and then probably gratitude comes up as well, is a huge distinction, because we're a society of complainers. And this does not allow you to do that. The benefits of doing this practice is reminding yourself what you have accomplished, the momentum that you have created, and how far you came from yesterday. Even in the midst of challenging times and tough days, that there were some wins, some good things that happened in your day. By recognizing these wins, you're able to stay committed to what's most important to you. You're able to create momentum. You're able to stay focused, and you're able to feel good about yourself. Maybe if we did have a tough day, it reminds us that, wow, a few things did go well for us. And I think it helps us get a jump start on the next day to get excited about it, if in fact we're struggling with some procrastination or some paralysis on project or things that need movement. And I find that even at the end of a tough day, I can find 3 things that went well. Maybe small 3 things, but I can find them.
And for me, it's really the wins with relationships, with my wife, with my friends, that when I notice those have been so powerful to acknowledge. It's felt so good to actually see the growth that's happening, to see the nice things that my wife and I are doing for each other. So I think that there are so many little things that I was just, as you said, just skipping over and not acknowledging. It's so easy to get to the end of the day for me and to not reflect back on all of the great things that we've achieved. Like today, I know one of my wins is just gonna be the fact that we're filming this. It's been a long time coming that we've needed to sit down and do this. And so just the fact that we can kind of check this off the list is a big win.
In all transparency, I haven't been doing the practice for a long time yet, but the few times that I've done it, it's been amazing. It's almost like I feel like I've won the day, and I feel inspired for the next day.
Before I discovered this practice, every day felt exactly the same. It's like they ran into each other. It was Groundhog Day. But by committing to doing this practice and documenting the wins, each day stands alone on its own as its own individual masterpiece, and it feels special as opposed to some run-on sentence that never ends. One thing I really like about this is that you can recognize the small steps that are the building blocks for the bigger things. It's like really appreciating that individual piece of a puzzle, knowing that it's going towards a larger puzzle, but still being able to appreciate that one piece that took place that day.
So let us know in the comments what your 3 wins were today.
And if you found this practice valuable, like and subscribe.
We've got more great practices coming your way soon.